Nikola Tesla and South Fifth AV. Part 1. Tesla returned from Paris during the summer of 1889 to his new laboratory near Bleecker Street. Down the road from one of Edison's showrooms, the lab took up the entire fourth floor of a six-story building located at 33-35 South Fifth Avenue, which today is called West Broadway. At the same time, he toured the hotels, moving into the Astor House, a posh five-story establishment situated by a trolley line in the heart of the city. Over the summer, Tesla's best friend, Anthony Szigeti, passed away. He wrote home to notify his family. "I feel alienated," he told Uncle Parjo, "and it is difficult for me to adapt to the American lifestyle." Now part of the mover rich, and also the star of the family, the inventor began sending money home to his mother and sisters and also to some of the cousins. Addressing the letters mostly to his sister's husbands, all of whom were priests, Tesla wrote Uncle Parjo, "Somehow, it is hard to correspond with the ladies." Although occasionally he did write his sisters, mostly hedges and checks, and each of them would repeatedly write back to try and get a more personal word from the only brother that we have. Throughout the 1890s, Tesla sent several thousand forints, at 150 forints a clip, which was an amount equivalent to 6 months' rent at a well-to-do home or 6 months' salary for a Serbian workman. Some of the funds were given as gifts, some to pay back his uncles for their aid in funding his education and sojourn to the New World, and other funds, which were partially obtained through European royalties, were used as investments. To Uncle Bitar, who had advanced to become a metropolitan cardinal in Bosnia, Tesla revealed that he was receiving many letters from dignitaries and also such respect that it was difficult for him to describe. Uncle Parjo occasionally shipped European bottles of wine to his finicky nephew, unhappy with the selection in the United States. Impatiently waiting for these bottles was, for Tesla, like waiting for the Messiah. As Tesla's fame grew, and reports of his successes made the headlines in their local papers, Tesla became a virtual demigod to the Serbian and Croatian people, and Annibal, though distant benefactor to his family. "We think about you even in our dreams," one of his brothers-in-law wrote. Except for occasional dinners with such friends as T.C. Martin or necessary trips to Pittsburgh, the inventor spent virtually all of his waking existence at the lab. His partner, Alfred S. N. Brown, would stop by to help when needed, but mostly Tesla worked with either 1 or 2 assistants or alone. As was his custom, he could labor 7 days a week and around the clock, stopping only to freshen up at the hotel or for a necessary appointment. Monastic by choice and compelled by an all-consuming desire to be a major player in the burgeoning New Age, the wizard preferred working through the night, when distractions could be minimized and concentration could be intensified. Now free, he began his investigations along a number of separate but interrelated lines. As an experimental physicist, he began to study the difference between electromagnetic and electrostatic phenomena, and also the relationship of the structure of the ether to that of electricity, matter, and light. As an inventor, he began to design equipment for generating extremely high frequencies and voltages, and for transforming direct into alternating current, or vice versa, and for creating uniform oscillations. Tesla also wanted to devise ways to manufacture light and to explore the concept of wireless communication. Already concerned about the fragility of the Earth's natural resources, the finite supply of timber and coal, Tesla spent endless hours in contemplation, reviewing and replicating the findings of others, criticizing or improving upon their inventions, and also designing completely original creations. His goal was influenced by an evolutionary perspective and pragmatic considerations. He wanted to devise mechanical means for doing away with needless tasks of physical labor so that humans could spend more time in creative endeavors. Unlike Karl Marx, who saw the worker becoming an appendage of the machine, Tesla realized that machines could liberate the worker. The inventor, in Tesla's eyes, had always been and always would be the light giver of the species, guiding its future through advanced technology. The masses, in turn, would benefit because machines would perform menial tasks so that they could pursue more intellectual occupations. With increased technology, cultural evolution would proceed at ever faster rates. Conversely, Tesla warned, everything that is against the teachings of religion and law of hygiene tends to decrease human energy. Impure drinking water, in particular, was one of the greatest dangers. Within the next 18 months, Tesla initiated most of the inventions that would occupy him for the next half-century. During the last weeks of 1889, Martin met with him on several occasions in order to finalize his article on the Serbs' heritage and plans for the future. The inventor would talk late into the night about his youth and the incessant struggle of his ancestors to fight off the diabolical Turks. As Martin took notes, Tesla outlined some of his inventions, particularly his work with high frequencies and his original theories on the relationship between electromagnetism and the structure of light. Martin tried to talk the inventor into presenting his ideas before the AE, but Tesla evaded a direct response. "Suppose I to obtain for you Lord Kelvin's lectures? You know, they are a bit wearisome and somewhat beyond solution, but I believe that you, Sam's alike, can wrestle the honey from this lion's jaw." Perhaps, was Tesla's reply. On January 21st, 1890, Professor Anthony took over the presidency of the AA from Elihu Thomson, who followed T.C. Martin and opened the year with his own lecture on new electrical theories. Happy to see the professor again, Tesla attended the seminar and was elected vice president. Participating in the discussion which followed, he was joined by Irish mathematician Arthur Kennelly of the Edison Company and Michael Pupin, a physics teacher and fellow Serb. Having just returned from Helmholtz's laboratory in Germany, Pupin was unaware of the extent of the animosity that existed between the Edison and Westinghouse camps. Pupin was from Idva, a Serbian town north of Belgrade. His father had been Agnes, or village leader, much like Tesla's father, but unlike a Milutin Tesla, Mr. Pupin was an illiterate peasant and not part of the clerical aristocracy. Many of Pupin's relatives, like Tesla's World War heroes, had fought off the Turks to protect the empire, and like Tesla, Pupin had avoided military service. Michael Pupin emigrated to the United States in 1874. After working at Ojibs, he entered Columbia College in New York in 1878, graduating in 1884 with a keen interest in electrical theory and with honors. Pupin received a fellowship to study abroad. He wanted to go to Cambridge to learn under James Clerk Maxwell, but he found upon his arrival that Maxwell had been dead for years. This tendency to overlook the obvious appears to be a theme that runs through Pupin's life. After Cambridge, he went on to the University of Berlin, where he received a doctorate in physics. In 1889, he returned to New York to become an instructor at Columbia College. End of Part 1. Nikola Tesla and South 5th AV.